We're looking at CenterVision's Oasis Manager application, and we're on the Workbench tab. Underneath the Workbench tab, we have the capability to be able to schedule maintenance for devices we have in monitoring. For example, we can put either a device, a single device, or we could put a group of devices into a maintenance window that either happens one time or reoccurring maintenance window that would happen multiple times, so that during that period of time, if there's any events that are generated for that device, no actions are taking place. The Oasis Manager is integrated with Smarts if you're using the EMC Onyx product, and communicates directly with SAM, so that it would leverage the maintenance capability within the Smarts product. So to start with, let's go underneath our Workbench. Let's go underneath scheduling maintenance events. So I'm clicking on the schedule maintenance. So when we go into the maintenance scheduler, what we'll start with is just the top, adding an individual device. So to start with, we can select any of the classes, and this would be for the classes in which you actually have devices underneath, and these are your top level like your host, meaning your servers, your load balancers, routers, switches, etc. What we can do is, for any of these devices, we'll start with a host, you can put in what part of the name that is unique, or if you don't know any of it, you can leave it completely blank, and we hit the update. And so what it did is it went and found all of the devices that matched the class host and started with, or matched somewhere in the name, the ESM. And so we see them here on the left hand column. So what we can do then is just pick out any ones we want to by clicking on the plus sign, and it puts them over here on the right hand column, and this is in the devices in the scheduled column. So these are the ones we are going to create a maintenance event for. So we've picked 3. We'll grab a couple more here. What we want to do then is come down here and select the start time, and so we're going to select, say, this Saturday, and we will make it, say, at 4 a.m. and then we'll say our end time is actually going to be Saturday, and we'll make it at 6 o'clock a.m. Okay, we have a category here that you can have ones that you've already used, or we could create a new one. And so I'm going to click on plus and create a new category, and we're going to call this preventive maintenance. In the future, this will be a category that is there on my list for me, and if you had a ticket ID, you can put it in here as well. So we'll select preventive maintenance. If this is a reoccurring, saying that every Saturday we're going to have this maintenance windows for these 4 servers we've selected, you can click on reoccurring, and then for your reoccurring, we want to put the time until the reoccurrence, and we have an explanation for what that is, and the number of occurrences it's going to have, like we're going to have this happen for the next 4 Saturdays. So for this first one though, let's just schedule for these 4 devices, and then let's click the schedule button. Once you click the schedule button, it has submitted it, and that is all there is to being able to schedule a device into maintenance. Once it's there, you can go under Manage Schedules, and we can see that the user ID G. Elmore has created a maintenance schedule, and we got the time which is created. We have a start time and end time, and then you can view the details. So at any of these points we want to get rid of this, all we have to do is click on this minus sign, and it will actually remove it. There's a pop-up that occurs. We click OK, and it is removed from our maintenance. So let's go back to schedule maintenance again and look at another feature. So we looked at here on how we could add a individual device one at a time, or by clicking and add them over. You can also add a group of devices. So within the Smarts or the Onyx product, we're aware of 2 types of groupings. You have a selective grouping and you have hierarchical grouping. Selective grouping being dynamic, and hierarchical grouping being the manual way of adding them to configuration. So we can select either one of those we want, and then you can select a name underneath that group, and then you can click add. And so what we've just done is we've selected an entire group of devices. So instead of having to go add them one at a time, we now have added these devices using the group. The rest of it works exactly the same, where you could go through and do the scheduling based on your start time, and then your end time. Again, you would have the option to be able to select what you've added, or you can add another category if you like. If you have a ticket ID, put it there, and then it works the exact same one. This is CenterVision's Oasis Manager, and this is the scheduling maintenance. Thank you.